Good morning, students. Once again, welcome back to Gopalaswamy High School online classes. Today, I am going to discuss one more poem written by Mary Doe O'Brien. It's a beautiful poem, a wonderful message is given in this poem, that is somebody's mother. See, the title itself is very catchy. Somebody's mother. Mattobbara Tayi ಅಥವಾ ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬನ ತಾಯಿ. What is this somebody's mother? Who is somebody's mother? We are going to discuss this poem in detail. This is from 8th standard second language English. Children, if you have the textbook, please come to page number 92 in 8th standard English. Page number 92. Right? It's a long poem with an incident. We read the poem. It's a simple incident of one boy helping an old lady. But the value or the message that is given in this poem is really wonderful. It's very, very meaningful. Now let us come back to this poem. The entire poem runs around one boy helping an aged lady. So what is the value depicted in this poem? The value is helping the aged people, helping the people who are in distress, or helping the people who are in need. Okay? So from the childhood itself, if people develop, if the children develop, if everybody develops this kind of attitude, naturally it is going to help the society, and people in old age, they feel that their life is worth living. Most of the people in old age, they feel miserable because they become very weak physically and mentally, and naturally when they ask for help, that is not given to them. So when old people are neglected, society becomes meaningless. Society becomes very cruel. So in this situation, if anybody takes a lead, if anybody takes the leadership of doing something for the old people, naturally that it is going to create a new awareness. So here, one small child, a boy of around 10 to 11 years, how he helped an old lady, and how the old lady was blessed. How the old lady blessed that boy because she has taken help from that boy is the entire poem. The value is helping the people, helping the old people especially. So here, the poem, the summary, entire summary I have told you. It's an incident, and now let us paraphrase the poem. The old woman was old and ragged and grey, and bent with the chill of the winter's day. The street was set with recent snow, and the woman's feet were aged and slow. Beautiful comparison of an old lady who has come on the street. Now the description of the old lady. How is she? The woman was old and ragged and grey. She is old. What are the adjectives that go with the lady? She is old. Number one, ragged. You know what is ragged? ಹರ್ಕರ್ಕ್ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಚಿಂದಿ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು. So that is ragged. That means she is not properly dressed. Her dress has become, almost everywhere there is the hole. This is the description of the old lady. And grey, she is a grey means bili ಕೂದಲು ಬಂದಿರೋ. Naturally she is an old lady. With all this description, not only old, she is very poor also because of the cloth that she is wearing. Now, and bent with chill of the winter's day. No, this is a situation of the European country. It is not in India. Okay? The situation very much takes us to a foreign country, naturally it is an European country, okay, or you can say even America also. So here she is bent, she is become old and she is bent. Naturally, when people become very old, the body is unable to hold straight, unable to stand straight. So naturally, there will be some kind of bent in the body. So she is bent. So she is unable to bear the chill of the winter day. Now it is winter. We feel, we feel the severeness of the winter both in the morning and also in the night. So naturally, we wear woolen clothes, sweaters, rugs, caps. But here is a lady, old lady, poor lady, who has come to the streets. Okay, she is experiencing the winter's chillness. Okay, the street was wet with recent snow. Naturally, in European countries, in even in America also, during winter, the entire atmosphere is filled with will be filled with snow. It is a snowy region. So when snow is there on there, see, raste tumba manju tumbirutalli. Everywhere you can see the removal of burf itself is a big problem in countries like America. People are employed only to remove the burf, that is the snow. Okay, so it is wet. Naturally, when there is snow, the street becomes very wet, and the woman's feet were aged and slow. Naturally, an old woman like this, she cannot walk properly on the wet road. Naturally, it is going to be very, very slippery. It is going to be very, very slippery. So in this condition, how do you expect an old lady to walk straight, to cross the road or whatever it is, right? So this is how in the first stanza the poet Mary Dobrin introduces the old lady who is a poor lady, who is old, and physically also she is very, very weak. And what is the condition? The condition is the road is full of snow, it is wet, and it is slippery also. We can imagine that. So in the second stanza, coming to second stanza, she stood at the crossing and waited long, alone, uncared for, amid the throng of human beings who passed her by, nor heeded the glance of the anxious eye. See, naturally, this is an atmosphere even in India also. When somebody is no, this lady is standing at the corner of the road. She has to cross the road. She has to go from this point to that point. Crossing the road means naturally it is a difficult task because there will be a lot of people and vehicle moving here and there, moving this side and that side. So she is standing there thinking about crossing the road. But people are so busy, nobody took the cognizance. I mean, nobody recognized her problem. Nobody came to help her. Okay, human beings who pass her by, not heed the glance of her anxious eye. What is her anxious eye? What does it mean? She is very anxious, means how to cross this busy road. The old lady was so anxious how to cross this road. That was her problem. So crossing the road was a big challenge for this old lady. Even though there were many people who moving here and there, many people crossing the road, many people moving in and around her, they did not bother to notice this lady. They never took her, they never recognized her presence. So in this condition, she stood there without crossing the road. She stood there thinking, worried about how to cross the road. Okay, now go to the third stanza, children. Down the street with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out, came the boys like flock of sheep, hailing the snow, piled white and deep. Okay, so here is the incident starts now. When she is standing at that point, unable to cross the road, from another side of the road, they came set of boys from school. They are very happy, down the street with laughter and shout. The moment, in India also, the moment the school is closed, I mean, when the children come out of the school, you see the brightness on their face because they are tired of learning. When they come out of the school, after school gets over, children feel very happy and they shout. In earlier days, when the last bell of the school used to ring, children would shout so loudly that they would become very happy that the school is closed. So that is the last bell, the long bell would indicate, would make the children very happy that they are going home. So in all the laughter, with all laughing mood, the children came on the streets and they are very happy because there is snow. You know what they did? They threw the snow on each other and enjoyed the celebration. They celebrated it. Naturally, when in India also, when there is rain, children enjoy. Children come out and you know, they enjoy the coming of rain. They don't mind getting wet. Okay. Only parents have to scold them. Otherwise, they are very happy with the rain. In the same way, there it is no rain. There is snow. And came boys like flock of sheep. Flock of sheep. ಗುಂಪಾಗಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಂದ ಬಂದ್ರು ಆಚೆಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ. So hailing the snow piled up white and deep. Kushi, they are so happy that there is lot of barf, that is lot of snow. They enjoyed the snow and threw it on each other and welcomed the snow. They were very happy, but the snow is there. Okay. Past the woman so old and grey, hastened the children on their way, nor offered a helping hand to her, so meek, so timid, afraid to stir. That what is, when this is another scene, children are enjoying, children have come, and the old lady is standing there only. Okay, she is unable to move. Okay, unable to move. Children moved so fast, they are moving. When they came out of school, they hastened means they moved. See, ragged means ragged clothes, badly torn, chill, unpleasant, cold. Okay, throng, crowd, heeded, paid attention, hailing, welcoming. Try to know the meaning of all the words which is there. It is already there in 93 page number 93. Okay, children moved and moved. Okay, nobody offered, nor offered a helping hand to her. There were so many children passing by, very near to her, but nobody gave her a helping hand. That means helping hand means it's a wonderful figure of speech, helping hand. Okay, I'll tell you the figure of speech. I told you yesterday that I will be dealing with figure of speech separately. Okay, now nobody offered a helping hand. What is the helping hand? Helping hand meant somebody should go to her, take her in her hand, in their hand, and allow her to cross the road, allow her to cross the road. Somebody should help her to cross the road. But even the children did not do that. Okay. So meek, so timid, afraid to stir. She is very, very docile. She is very weak. Okay. Mild. This old lady, naturally everybody, when they become old, they become very mild. They become very physically weak. So, looking at this scene, she is shivering. She is unable to cross the road. She thought somebody would help her. Nobody came, even the children also. Lest the carriage wheels or the horse's feet should crowd her down in the slippery street, at last came one merry true, the gayest laddie of all grew. See, she is standing there. Many horses, in European countries, especially during the winter season, to walk in this barf road, they use the wheels. Wheels means horse wheels, carriages. Okay, kudure gadigalu. So horse wheels. And this movement of horses and carriages went on. That means in her presence only, these carriages and horses and everything moved. Okay. So they never bothered about the slippery street. But you know what happened? At last came one merry troop. Afterwards, there is another troop coming. Another set of boys coming. Merry troop means people very happy. Merry Christmas means happy Christmas. So people who, another set of boys with lot of happiness. They are children naturally. They are when they are on street, they are very happy because they have all the freedom to move here and there. They are restricted inside the school, but not outside the school. So when they come out as a student, they move here and there. So that is what the poet meant by merry troop. Troop means set of boys only. Okay. The gayest laddie of all group. Okay. There was a boy in that troop. There was a boy in that group. Was very happy. Very, very enjoyable boy. Very, very, smart boy. Happy boy. Okay. So there was one boy, a gayest laddie. Laddie means a boy. Okay. Lad means boy. Okay. Lass means girl. Laddie of all the group. Among the boys, there was one boy who was very, very happy, and he was with lot of, fully charged with inspiration, enthusiastic. That boy was there in that group. The group which was coming after the horses, carriages, all this went in front of the old lady. He passed beside her. Next stanza. He passed beside her and whispered low, I will help you cross. I will help you across if you wish to go. Her aged hand on his strong young arm she placed, and so, without hurt or harm, without hurt or harm. See here, what the boy did? The boy went to that old lady, the happiest boy, the more active boy. He went to that old lady and told her. What did she tell her? Now, Aji, grandma, would you like to cross the road? So that is what the boy said. I will help you across if you wish to go. Aji, grandma, if you want to cross the road, I can take you. So what the boy did was, her aged hand on strong young arm. Her aged hand, ವಯಸ್ಸಾದ ಕೈಗಳು ಅದನ್ನ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಲೇಡಿ ಶಿ ಪುಟ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಹರ್ ಆರ್ಮ್, ಅವನ ಕೈ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಅವನ ಹೆಗಲ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಶಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೋ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಹರ್ಟ್, ಆ ಅಜ್ಜಿಯನ್ನ ಹಿಡ್ಕೋತಾನೆ ಮಗು, ಆ ಹುಡುಗ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಹರ್ಟ್, ತುಂಬಾ ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಎನ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಲೇಡಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಡೊಸೈಲ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ನು. ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಏನಾರು ಅಮುಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮೂಳೆನೆ ಮುರಿದೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. So she is very docile. So she has to be taken carefully. She has to cross the road very carefully. So imagine the problem of the boy. The boy took the lady in her hand and crossed her very softly and gently without hurting, without hurt. ಒಂಚೂರು ನೋವಾಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಓಕೆ, ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಭಾಗ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅವ್ರು ನೋವು ಅಂತಾರೆ. So we should be very careful while transporting old people. We should be extremely careful. So that is what the boy did. He took care. Okay. He, next stanza, he guided the trembling feet along. Trembling feet. Nadagta iro kaalugalu. So, Aji, please come this way, this way. Go slow, don't go for slow. Put your legs, put your feet slowly. Take care. No, don't go here. Don't come here. You put your step little, you take a small step. This is how the boy guided the old lady. So he was so gentle and such a wonderful boy. He guided the trembling feet along, proud that his own were firm and strong. The boy is very strong, but the old lady is very, very weak. He is very happy that he is able to carry, he is able to transport, he is able to help that lady to cross the road. His feet is very strong because he is an young man. Okay, very strong also, the boy. Then back again his friends he went, his young heart happy and well content. See children, it's a beautiful line here. The boy helped the old lady to cross the road without hurting the old lady. And the old lady was put in the safe place. She was taken to the safe position. And maybe her house, maybe here and there, very near to that point or something like that. The boy, after doing that, he came to his group. He joined his group. The group of the boys who were enjoying on the street. So his young heart, back again to his friends he went. His young heart happy and well content. See, the boy is very young. Young heart means young boy. Young boy. Okay? Happy and well content. For having helped that old lady, the boy felt very happy. We must find happiness in helping others. We should not feel miserable. We should not feel unhappy. We should always feel happy when we help. And we should also happily help others. Without grumbling, we should help others. The boy was very happy. Okay? You know why the boy was very happy? The answer you will find in the next stanza. What the boy says, so nicely. She is somebody's mother. Boys, the boy is telling his friends, his co-friends, I mean, the boys who are enjoying, those who are on street. This boy went and told, she is somebody's mother. I don't know who she is. For all she is aged and poor and slow. You know what is her condition? She is aged, poor, okay, and naturally she cannot walk fast. She is very slow, okay. And I hope some fellow will lend a hand to help my mother, you understand, if ever she is poor and grey, when her own dear boy is far away. The boy finds lot of happiness. He tells his friends, that boy, that lady is, I don't know who that lady is. She is somebody's mother. She should be having a son like me also. So the boy justifies his stand, tells the friends. What does he tell his friends? He tells the friends that to help, I hope some fellow will lend a hand. Somebody will come to my mother. I have helped somebody's mother, and somebody will help my mother. This is the meaning. This is the philosophy being told in this poem. Somebody will help my mother. To help my mother, you understand? If ever she is poor and grey, when her own dear boy is far away. When my mother becomes old, when she is nobody to help her, somebody will definitely come and help my mother. Okay? When I am far away from her, when I am not with my own mother, somebody will come and help my mother. This is what we call the philosophy of life. Okay? This has got a very great meaning, children. I cannot explain the philosophic ideas of this poem. But the simple philosophy or the simple message that we have to understand is, if we help others, others will help us. This is the understanding that boy gives in this stanza. But the last stanza is still very, very meaningful. The last stanza. And somebody's mother bowed low her head in her home that night, and the prayer she said was, God be kind to the noble boy who is somebody's son and pride and joy. See, for having taken help from this boy, that old lady went to her home. She went home that night. The Christians have the faith. They have their own faith. Not only Christians, many people do prayer in the night. When she prayed in the night, what did she say in her prayers? In her home that night, and prayer she said was, what was her prayer? She told the God, she requested the God be kind to the noble boy. Who is this noble boy? The boy who got her help. The boy who helped that old lady. So she blessed that she, with her old age, with her all problems and all that, she blessed the boy. Yaru, who is that boy? Somebody's son. Yar magano? ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ ಯಾರ ಹೆತ್ತ ಮಗನ ಇವನು ಅಂತ. So who is somebody's son? Pride and joy. He was a pride. Okay, he was an embodiment of pride and joy. The boy was always, he represented happiness. He was never unhappy. Okay, who is somebody's son, and this old lady also doesn't know who this boy is, but she got a help from somebody's son. And this old lady, the boy calls somebody's mother, and somebody's mother, and somebody's son. This is the wonderful idea behind this poem. So students, when we help old people, naturally we get the blessings of the old people. So we have to be blessed always, especially children. Okay, when you do good things, you will always get the blessings of the God. Not only God, blessings of the people around you. So always try to help people. Try to help people who are in distress. Try to help those people who are really need help. So this is the meaning of the poem, Somebody's Mother. Such a nice poem it is, and very much needed for students like you. We should read every line once again and enjoy the poem. Thank you.